Welcome back to the market. Let's focus in now on earnings. And Muthoot Finance has posted an inline set of profits for the quarter gone by. Came in at 971 crore rupees. That's a growth of 16% on a year-on-year basis. Net interest income came in at 1,702 crore rupees. So overall, it seems to be a resilient quarter with minimal auctions conducted during the quarter. We're joined now by George Alexander Muthoot, who is the Managing Director of Muthoot Finance. Thank you so much, Mr. Alexander, for taking the time. I want to start by asking about the fact that you've had a resilient quarter. In the quarter gone by, we had a conversation with you, and you said that you'd use auctions as a last resort. We haven't seen any auctions. So does that indicate that to a certain extent, the pressure that you were seeing on asset quality is somewhat easing? How has collection been? And could you take us through the key highlights of the first quarter?
Yeah, thank you. This quarter has been definitely challenging. Last year, same quarter, it was the lockdown was in March, April, and May. This year, the lockdowns were more pronounced in April, May, and June. So during the full quarter, there were quite a lot of lockdowns in many states. But in spite of that, we were able to probably do reasonably good collections and reasonably good growth, because the growth has not really happened in this quarter. But the quarter two, we are seeing good growth in the gold loan. Good demand in the gold loan is what we are seeing in the quarter two. And I hope that it will be there in the quarter three and quarter four also. Regarding auctions, it is not that we don't do any auctions, etc. We also need to do it, but it's only a last resort. We try our maximum, our best, to persuade the customer to take back the loan by offering him some concessions or any other things. But then finally, we try to give back the gold to the customer. If worst come worst, if there is a requirement, we will definitely do auctions also. So probably last year we did an auction of 400 crores. Prior to that year, we did an auction of about 900 crores. So 800, 900, 400 is reasonable. And I'm sure going forward also, auctions are necessary, but we try to keep it minimum. That's what our policy with auctions, so that customers are also happy that they don't lose their ornaments.
Absolutely. I do want to ask about asset quality, and this is something a lot of people are focusing on. We've seen a rise in gross stage 3. It's come in at 641 crore, and that compares with 464 crore in the last quarter. So is this a continuation of what you're seeing in terms of pressure on cash flows for your customers? What is the kind of response that you've gotten in this quarter with regard to collections?
Yeah, when you say stage 3, we generally are comfortable with anything between 1% to 2%. 1% to 2% is what now the stage 3 is just 1%. So previously it was less than 1%. So 600 crores is actually nothing alarming, nothing to be concerned about. And moreover, all these loans, we have the full collateral with us. So we look at it whether we are in the money. So if you are in the money, why should we trouble a customer? If you are in the money, why should we trouble a customer? We can definitely hold that those loans as a stage 3 and still work in the company so that it doesn't affect our growth, etc. So as long as we are able to hold it in our books, that means when we make it as a stage 3, we don't accrue the interest on such things. But nevertheless, even without that, we are able to maintain our profitability. So it makes sense, since we are in the money, not to trouble the customer and auction the gold, but then retain it in our books. And as long as the stage 3 is between 1% and 2%, it is nothing alarming. And finally, we have the gold with us. It will never become a loss asset for us.
Sure. George, hi, morning. Just wanted to understand whether a large part of the impact of COVID second wave has been felt already, or do you think there is a possibility of perhaps provision write-backs as well?
So we have never had write-backs of interest or principal as yet, but I don't think we will have to have write-backs of principal or interest in the gold loan sector. but probably we may see some small little, I wouldn't say right backs, little stress on the non-gold loan portfolio, which is only very, very, very minimal as far as we are concerned.
Okay, George, great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking with us today. Good speaking with you as always.